Today's episode of the XP is brought to you by Loot Crate, monthly gaming and geek gear brought directly to your door. Sign up using the link in the description below. What's up, attackers? Friday again. Welcome to the XP February 19th edition. Kirk here with Attack Gaming, and we've got an eclectic mix of games and genres to talk about on today's show. First off, I want to mention that I've set up a Patreon account at patreon.com/attack, and I'm going to make a little intro before the XP starting maybe next week instead of the Loot Crate one. I'll talk about it more then, but just a heads up. We want to continue making quality videos for you, and it's tough to get a buck here on YouTube. Literally 1,000 views is worth $1, so I'll make $1 on this episode. Anyways, stay tuned for that. On today's show, we have Valiance Online, Paragon, Paladins, Heroes of the Storm, and more. The XP starts now. After over a year of various testing phases, the City of Heroes-inspired MMORPG Valiance Online has begun crowdfunding in the form of PayPal donations. As the project has been going on for some time now, the team is aiming to use donations to cover server costs and pay staff full-time, as well as introduce various features based on how much funding they get, which has become the norm based on the Kickstarter model. The base goal is $46,500 and is the team's requirement for upfront investment that will be used to pay bills and their employees. This level of funding will allow the team to invest more time into improving character creation, introducing Act 1 of the story, and creating roleplay character attributes and quality of life features that will be directed at role players. Further levels of funding focus on more features up to $99,000, but I'm sure if they start getting even close to that, we'll be seeing an increasing number of perks. Social zones, a market system, a crafting system, later acts of the story, even more character creator improvements, including the ability to save costumes, repeatable missions, player-owned vendors, a tutorial zone, and open PvP area are just a few of the features listed there on that page. To see the full list, head over to the donation page, which is valiance.shogn.net/donate. Currently, the funding sits at just under $3,000 by about 40 backers. Epic Games showed off a new gameplay video for their upcoming Unreal Engine 4 MOBA Paragon. The video, called Rush the Core, features several of their newest heroes like Sparrow, Gideon, while Decker and Steel and Grux display an assortment of skills and powers on their enemies. The cinematic gameplay looks extremely cool and definitely makes a MOBA player like myself pretty excited about checking the game out, which, what the hell, how come we're not in the beta yet? Fuck! Players have been raising concerns regarding card packs in the free-to-play MOBA. Instead of buying items, players create their own deck of stack-boosting cards before a match, a la Paladins. You can also collect in-game currency that can be used to purchase additional cards. Cards are an easy system to justify microtransactions in games, but Epic Games recently assured Eurogamer that they will never sell card packs in the in-game shop. Hi-Rez Studios and Eevee, the Winter Witch, helped us take a tour of the new map reveal for Paladins this week. The Glacier Keep map, which came to us with the Winter Wonderland patch, is a new siege map and promises to deliver a varied playstyle when compared with the previous siege maps, Enchanted Forest and Temple Ruins. And that's really all I have to say about that. Thanks for the tour, Eevee. There's probably nothing more frustrating in a multiplayer game, especially a MOBA, than an unbalanced matchmaking system. Because of the feedback that the team has been getting over this very fact, Blizzard has made a few changes to Heroes of the Storm's matchmaking system. Good job, players. The newly revamped matchmaking system dramatically decreased uneven matches from 44% down to a measly 3%. Apart from the team's overall skill level, the improved system also takes into account individual skill ratings, team composition, and party size, so players don't end up in a match of Pugs vs. Clan. A scenario that solo players face all too often, not only in Heroes of the Storm, but other MOBAs as well, of course. Queue times, however, have been affected by the changes, unfortunately, but according to the devs, we're okay with the time gain if it means we're creating high-quality games. Blizzard is also working on further improvements such as preventing certain heroes like Murky and Nova, among others, from being on the same team. and the developers have implemented a balance patch that slightly nerfs Rhaegar, Li Ming, and Stitches while giving Anu Barak a better chance of survival. If there's anything I like more than locking a new class behind a paywall, then I haven't found it yet. That's why when Devilium told us that the new Tempest class that they've been raving about since the Fury of the Tempest patch was first announced was a measly $9.99, I was hooping and hollering and getting my wallet ready to dish out that cash. Yes, the new patch does add 2 new Archdevil dungeons, some level 54 gear sets, a new raid dungeon, and more, all free, which you'd expect. Locking a class behind a paywall, though, does seem a bit unfair. But then again, if you're enjoying the game and grow tired of the classes at this point, then maybe it's worth it. I'm probably not a fair voice, as I grew tired of the game after a few hours of playing. Moving on. I'm not sure how many of our subscribers here play mobile games. The video views for most of the mobile games we do don't seem to be doing the best, but every once in a while it's nice to talk about this massive, and I might add still growing market. Jagex announced RuneScape Idle Adventures, an upcoming RPG game for Android, iOS, and PC. The game is being developed in collaboration with Hyper Hippo, classic mobile game developer name. Jagex describes Idle Adventures as chilled-out, low-intensity gameplay sitting alongside deep character progression and a lighthearted comedic story with nuggets of RuneScape lore unveiled as you progress. RuneScape Idle Adventures will be available sometime this spring on PC as a free download on Steam, and iOS and Android later this year, also free to play. Jagex hosted a live stream on Twitch this morning to talk more about the game, but we missed it. Can't be everywhere at once. I went through a bit of the replay but didn't find any gameplay. WebZen announced this week that Age of Woolen's 8th chapter, Uncharted World, will be launching March 8th. Uncharted World will increase the current world size by over 2-fold, adding 8 new regions. That's crazy. Everything from deserts to Forests of Stone will be included. 6 secret areas also are making their way into the game world. There's also a new survival-esque game mode which is being introduced where players have to manage constitution, hunger, thirst, and even your body temperature in the new zones. Those who do survive will learn new fighting techniques such as traps and get access to new resources. Age of Woolen will also be receiving a housing system where you can choose both the style and the size of your house. Over 100 pieces of furniture will be used in the game when Uncharted World launches, which gives some powerful buffs. That's what they said, not me. That's the news I've got for you this week. Thanks for watching, liking, and subscribing. I hope you guys have a great weekend. We'll catch you back on Monday, and cheers. Bye.
Welcome back, Attack, and today we're going to be talking about 2016's best MMORPGs. These are going to be the new MMO games that we get to experience, at least in the West. Yes, some of these games are going to be localized titles, but for the most part, these are going to be entirely new MMOs, so get hyped for that, and these are going to be the games that we are almost certain will actually